Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. I am so happy today because my olfactory functions have basically returned almost to normal. I think I'm just under 100%, and I'll share a little bit later why I think it's under 100%, but I am very close to normal and happy to be getting back to what I really love doing, which is talking about fragrances that I'm playing with. I have gone through so many amber vanillas that I've been testing out over the past couple weeks, and I'm excited to share my thoughts on those with you. However, today I am going to hone in on one of those fragrances that has been quite a standout vanilla to me. An unexpected standout vanilla, but nonetheless one that I'm really enjoying. So I wanted to share my thoughts on that today. If that interests you, please stay tuned and I'll jump right in. The fragrance that I'm going to be talking about today is a newly released original creation from a clone house. So if clone houses are not your jam, you probably want to skip this one. But I have to say that if you do like vanilla fragrances, you like exploring vanilla fragrances and discovering really good vanilla fragrances, you may actually enjoy this one. This is from the Dua brand, and this fragrance is called Alexandra Short. Now let me start off by saying there is a little bit of a backstory to this perfume that I wanted to pass along before I dive into the fragrance itself. I follow a variety of different platforms and forums on fragrance, and one of those is the Dua brand website on Facebook. So I had been scrolling through, and on January 28th, I had seen a post by somebody named Alexandra Short. She had said that she had reached out to the founder, the CEO of the Dua brand, named Massam Raza, and had asked him to develop a vanilla fragrance that she had been looking for. She was looking for kind of a straightforward vanilla, something in the realm of Tihota, something that was kind of linear, that you could pair with other fragrances, that would layer well, but also would work very well on its own. What really piqued my interest on this one specifically was that I had seen many posts from Alexandra on these different platforms, and she really has a robust collection. Specifically, she has a lot of really nice vanillas that I've been envious about, so I assumed that she had a really nice baseline, a great collection to start with, and I really think it's amazing when somebody who has a passion for fragrance, maybe not necessarily a background, and let me say I don't know her background, but somebody who has a strong passion for fragrance provides their feedback and it translates into a creation. I'm always curious how it's going to turn out. Now I have to say also that I don't know Alexandra personally, but I did reach out to her because I wanted a little bit of that backstory that I mentioned on this perfume, and she did share what I had told you, that she reached out to Massam to develop a fragrance that she had a vision for. With all that being said, now that I've laid the foundation on what this fragrance is, I'm ready to share my thoughts on it with you. Now, my first impression on this fragrance was back when I was emerging from the tail end of COVID. My sense of smell wasn't fully recovered, and I was having trouble really pinpointing down different fragrances that I was playing with, and my initial reaction was this smelled like Vanilla Fields by the Coty brand. I haven't played with that fragrance for many years, so it's not really fresh in my mind. That was my initial reaction. Now, after playing with this fragrance quite a bit more, I don't feel that way. There was something that triggered a memory of that scent, but I don't feel that it smells like it. I just wanted to share that to kind of lay another layer of foundation to the story. Now, after playing with this more and more, getting more familiar with the scent profile, I did start to realize that it was vaguely reminiscent of another fragrance that I really love, and that fragrance is Note Vanillee by the house of M.Micallef. Now, I will say that I do find this to be a far superior vanilla to something like Vanilla Fields. I think it's much higher quality. It has a better scent profile than what I remember Vanilla Fields being, but I also find it to be superior to another very popular vanilla, and that vanilla is Tihota by the house of Indult. I find that the caramelized sugar scent in this one is much better because Tihota has that burnt caramelized sugar scent, which I think a lot of people like, and I do like it, but I far prefer the scent profile of this fragrance. The notes in this fragrance are bergamot peel, caramelized vanilla sugar, there's vanilla milk, Turkish rose, vanilla cake, whipped cream, vanilla musk, and white musk. Alexandra Short sort of reminds me of a more vanilla-centric version of Note Vanillee, whereas this doesn't have that booziness in the same way, but I feel like I'm picking up just a little bit of booziness from this fragrance. So I don't know what that is because I don't see any boozy notes in this one, but I think it has a hint of the scent profile that you get here, at a fraction of the price. So if you like this scent profile but you don't want to pay this price, this may be a good place to start. Play around with this one a little bit, see if you like it enough to move forward with a full bottle of this. Again, they are not identical, but this definitely resembles some of the things that I love from Note Vanillee from M.Micallef. I definitely pick up the caramelized sugar vibe in this one, and I do really like it here. It feels slightly more fresh than you get in Tihota, but it does have that warm, cozy, almost spicy feel that you get from this fragrance, just toned down a little bit. So if you like a warm, spicy fragrance as well, a warm, spicy vanilla, you may like this one. Overall, I am impressed with this fragrance. I love the backstory of this one, how Alexandra reached out to the CEO, the founder of the brand, Mademoiselle, and asked him to bring her vision to life. I like that they went through this versioning and tried out a couple different things and landed on this very beautiful fragrance. I have purchased from the Duo brand before, and I like the fragrance brand. I think it's amazing to be able to access some beautiful fragrances at affordable prices, and this is creeping up pretty high on my favorites list of fragrances from the Duo brand. Unfortunately, the one thing I haven't been able to experience really on this one is longevity. It does seem to last on my skin, but that's where I'm not sure my olfactory senses have totally returned, because a couple days ago I wore Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel and I could not smell it by the end of the day. And to me, that is one really powerful fragrance that does stick around. So that tells me that my senses are still a little dull, and it would be hard for me to share my thoughts on how long this lasts on the skin, but I get a sense that it is quite strong. I find this to be clearly great for layering. I think they achieved what they were looking for with this fragrance. Very nicely done. I would probably give this one about an 8.5 out of 10 at this point in time, which is a really good rating for me. That could change over time, so if that evolves, I'll let you know. Overall, I think this is a fantastic vanilla fragrance to check out if you're interested in it. This is Alexandra Short by the Duo brand. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I truly appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video on a new vanilla fragrance that I discovered and enjoy, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. A lot to be grateful and thankful for. Until next time, I'll see you soon.